Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast. This is the world's favorite place to go for fun and informative car talk. It's the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Chris Compton with Distinctive Industries and your car's interior. And later, Jeff will have the racing calendar. Mars will have This Week in Auto History. And I'll get you caught up on the stories making automotive news headlines this week. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us for our new hours and a really kind of a revamped show. 2 hours in length now as opposed to the old 3.
Not bad so far.
We just couldn't make it through 3 hours anymore.
Oh, my goodness.
And it actually wasn't up to me. It was Mars. We felt sorry for him. Because he had to get up at 3:30 in the morning to make his, hour and a half trek. Was it hour and a half to get here?
It's closer to 2.
You get up at 3:30 in the morning.
Well, I did this past week, and I've got another week of that to go. Yeah, because I have to be at work by 5 to there. Take that.
I was thinking other reasons.
Yeah, bathroom breaks.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Well, his name is Chris Compton, and he's with a company called Distinctive Industries, auto interior parts and supplies. Chris, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. How's everyone today?
Well, we're doing great, thank you, and thanks for joining us this morning. Where are we speaking to you from?
I am just outside of Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, very Atlanta, Georgia.
All right.
I've been there. I've been there a time or two.
You got a great University of Georgia Bulldog country over here, guys.
There you go.
Okay, well, roll Tide.
I had to throw that in.
I'm sorry I had to throw that in there.
That's all right. Hey, everybody has their faults.
I love it. So, Chris, tell me about Distinctive Industries. You guys make interior parts and pieces?
Yes, sir. Distinctive Industries has been in business since 1969, so it's been around for quite a while. We make all factory replacement upholstery. That's the majority of what we manufacture for say, Mustangs, Camaros, Chevelles, Torinos, some obscure things like Datsun Roadsters, some Z cars.
How about Mom's Buick Skylark for '69? Do you have parts for that?
I do have some Buick Skylark upholstery. Yes, sir. We do a lot of A body and F body, and then, like I said, we're really our full line is a lot of Ford products. Like your Mustangs that you guys like to talk about. We do just some of the odd stuff, too, that nobody else makes, like Cougar. We make a full line of Cougar upholstery.
Oh, man.
So what do you stitch these up ahead of time, or is it kind of like a custom order per order?
So we manufacture product that emulates the factory upholstery, door panels, headliners, visors, and so forth. We have our own factory. We manufacture all the product the exact same way typically as Ford or GM would have made it in the 60s or 70s or even in the 80s.
So how is it done? Is it done through injection mold for like the panels and the consoles and the dash pieces? I know the upholstery part of it is different, but how does that work?
So when you come to, we don't really make dash pads, but we make heat. So the door panels are made with a heat sealed die. You have a backer board, and then you have the vinyl. And every panel, every seat upholstery has its own different style of insert. So all that material is heat sealed through RF tooling. So it's kind of a weird process that most people don't understand. It's not just heat. It has that RF means radio frequency. So it's a huge machines. They have different size machines. We have one that actually takes a couple of guys to run because it's so large. It's about as big as 2 trucks that were stacked on top of each other to make some of these products.
Wow.
And then the upholstery is sewn by hand, just like they would have made it originally from the factory. And we make seat foam material. So we make injection molded seat foam. So yes, that is injection molded. So like I said, we make products just like the original manufacturer.
Now let me ask you this: are you still out there killing Naga hides?
No, we don't really do anything with Naga hide. That's really your 30s and 40s products. We don't get
not quite that far.
That's not in our cookie jar.
That's why he's asking.
I understand. I guess I was kind of joking in a way, but I assume that the materials that you guys use are a little bit better than they were back in the '60s.
It has a heavier back to it, so it'll hold the stitch better. But at the same time, we manufacture full assembled seats as well. So we have some programs that we just kicked off the past couple of years. The whole pro touring or resto mod. That's a hot thing in the market. Been a hot thing for probably 15, 20 years. And we manufacture fully assembled seats to go in Chevy trucks, Ford trucks, some Camaros, Mustangs, Chevelles. You just take it out of the box and bolt it right into the car, so the customer doesn't have to worry about reupholstering seats or trying to find an original frame if he's going bench to bucket, things of that nature.
I've got a question now. You're up outside of Atlanta. Do you supply like the Summit catalog folks with their inventories, and also do you get guys like independents, like Don's got a hot rod shop and he needs an upholstery? Does he send the car to you, or do you send the product to him?
We would send the product to him, but yes, we do supply to Summit, to Jegs, to a lot of the big box stores, say like Classic Industries or Camaro Central or Original Parts Group. So those big catalog companies, they do have our full line of product, as well as the small mom and pops, restoration shops, the installation centers. So we don't manufacture, I shouldn't say manufacture, we do not install any product for customers. We actually manufacture it, box it, ship it either to their warehouse or to their customer as a drop ship product.
As a drop ship. So you don't sell directly to the customer?
No, we do not sell directly to consumers.
You're strictly a wholesaler. I got you. Now,
wholesale.
Now, let's say, for instance, I've got a 69 Camaro, which has always been my dream to have a Z28 with the 302 DZ engine in it. But that's another story for another day.
Just saying.
Yeah, just saying. But I want to have the houndstooth interior, and I want to have the original console. Can you help me in both of those?
I can. We manufacture the houndstooth interior. We manufacture the standard interior. We manufacture the comfort weave interior. We can make everything. We do not do injection molded plastic products, and that's what your console and your '69 Camaro is made from. It's injection molded plastic.
Where would I get something like that?
You could call anyone that sells Camaro products, like Classic Industries or Camaro Central. I actually used to work a long time ago for the company that actually makes that console, Classic Headquarters. So it's funny you say 69 Camaro, because I sold Camaro parts solely for 23 years.
Wow.
So that that 69 Camaro has been good to you.
It has bought me a lot of things over the years, as well as some Camaros and some
bought him a
Chevelles.
69 Camaro.
Do you have a 69 Camaro now?
Right now I have a 66 Chevelle.
Oh,
Well, we'll take that.
work.
That's a
That'll
nice
work.
car. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a pretty little marina blue small block 4-speed car.
Does it have your interior in it?
It does, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sure does.
Is it?
It did not when I purchased it, but it does now.
Is it black vinyl?
It is black vinyl bucket seats. It's a console car now. It was not originally a console car, but now it is. And that's the hardest part to find on those 66 and 67 Chevelles is a 4-speed console. They're tough. They're tough.
Is it? Do you do any leather?
We did at one time. We had a leather division. We do still offer some leather for the classic cars. So there's a few of the products, a few of the models that we actually make factory-looking seat upholstery, but with leather inserts and what's called leatherette trim on the outside.
Right.
Our seat, our CTX seat, which is our truck seat, we use a what's called a leatherette product. The average person thinks it's just like the leather that you see in new cars. We use that material.
Is it different than the vinyl that you produce?
Yes, sir. It is different. It's a different grain. It's a different texture. It actually has a different sheen as well.
So when you make these seats and you send them out, do you put all the wiring and all the racks and the I guess the framing of the seat? Do you put all that in there as well? Is the motors and all the lumbar things that go in there?
So we manufacture the seat in-house. From raw materials. We start with just tubing steel. We make our own springs. We make our own molded foam. And so it doesn't have a lumbar system in it, just because there's not a support system in the back to handle that type of accessory.
Right.
but it does have a full reclining mechanism. It's bolstered. It has cup holders in it, where none of the old trucks or cars had cup holders. So we manufacture a lot of product in house, as well as we do make a small little, what we call a bench seat console. It just sits on top of the. So say you have a '69 Torino with a bench seat in it, and you want to put cup holders, or you want a storage compartment. It just sits right on top of the console.
I had one of those. I had one in the truck. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are perfect.
So let's go back to the '69 Camaro. Don's got his '69 Camaro finally
in his mind,
and he's working on it. And he wants some of your product. But since you don't sell it retail, how would he get that?
So he can go to our website, and we have a dealer locator on our website. So you just plug in the zip code that you're at, and it'll populate the closest dealers to his area, or it'll automatically populate our top dealers that typically carry our product on their shelf.
Or he could just call you direct.
They could ship it.
Or he can call me direct.
There you go.
Interesting. How many employees do you have out there in Atlanta?
None, just myself.
You're it.
I'm the only employee in Atlanta. So I'm a sales manager and sales rep. So I've worked remotely. Our main office is in Southern California, and then our manufacturing is just south of the border. And so all our employees are just scattered, really. So we have some guys in your area. We have our ownership and our corporate office is in just outside Austin. So yeah, I run solo in Atlanta, which sometimes you work best when you run solo.
Yeah. I can vouch for that. Yes, absolutely. I have to ask this question. The products that you manufacture now, I would like to think that the quality is better than it was back in 1969, because I worked for a Chevrolet dealership in 1969, and I have to tell you that some of the stuff that came out of the Chevrolet factory wasn't all that to brag about.
Yeah, he said that they've got thicker products, thicker ways.
But the quality of the vinyl, let's say, I would like to think that it's bumped up now. So I don't have to have the clear waffle covering on the vinyl, and you know what I'm talking about from the 1950s.
Yeah.
So when you got out of that unair-conditioned car, it looks like your butt was in a waffle iron for at least a while, if it wasn't burnt.
Yeah, you don't want the old clear sofa covers on your '69 Camaro House 2-seat upholstery.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
The products are a lot of the stuff is a better manufactured product. The seat foam is a better density, and it doesn't just some of that seat foam they made back in those days. It wasn't made to withstand. So if you think about a car that was produced in 1969, as long as it made it out of warranty, it was a home run for GM or Ford. So. As long as they made it out of warranty without a problem, they didn't really care.
3 years and 36,000 miles. That's
all.
Back
then it was 12.
Yeah. And I can't tell you how many seats that I came back where the thread had broken in the seats. And they had to send it out to a local upholstery shop to fix it.
It's funny you say '69 Camaro and thread bucket seats because. Our owner, when his dad got started in this business back in the mid to late '60s, bucket seats were what really started him in the upholstery business. He tells me the story of when they were living in Southern California that people would steal bucket seats out of cars because there was more predominantly bench seat cars than there were bucket seat cars.
Yep.
So when they stole the bucket seats out, the insurance company had to pay to have another set of bucket seats put in, and then they would have to pay somebody to upholster those seats and have them the same color as the interior. So that's really what put him in the interior business.
Interesting. Now, I assume that you guys do all of the factory colors for the particular car that you're working on, say, for instance, a '69 Camaro. Not that there were that many options in a '69 Camaro, but that first generation Camaro had different colored upholstery.
Absolutely, and we offer everything. We try to offer as close to original color match as possible. We use the original Detroit color books that Ford and GM used, Detroit vinyl company for all their vinyl. So we have all those color match books, and we try to match it to the L codes as close as possible.
Because as you and I both know, you're dealing with interiors that had great big formed plastic panels that were dyed, and trying to get the seats to match that sometimes works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, most times it doesn't.
And here's the problem. In the day and time we live in now, there's multiple manufacturers in the reproduction world for all these plastics, and they're not witnessing it coming off the factory. They're ordering it from, another country, and when it shows up on their doorstep, their fingers crossed that it looks just like what they wanted it to look like, and then it doesn't match the vinyls that are out there. And if you think about it, if you go back in time 40, 50 years and you look at those cars, if it was a red interior, it was probably anywhere from 3 to 5 different shades of red on a plastic, carpet, headliner, seat upholstery, package shelves. All these different things had different shades to it, but the average guy, they want it all to be the exact same color. And we try to do that. We try our best to achieve that for everyone.
And I guess that by going through, for instance, JAGS or Summit Racing, that you can be guaranteed that they're going to buy your product and you're not going to wind up with some Chinese knockoff.
Well, that's just it as well, because they'll advertise with our product name on their advertisement, and then you can get the full line of Distinctive Industries. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know what you're getting that way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, it's interesting. So it's distinctiveindustries.com?
Yes, sir. DistinctiveIndustries.com. That's us.
And it's got your home phone number on there. So 3 o'clock.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good because everybody's going to want to talk to Chris Compton.
Yeah, because here's my home phone right here.
Yeah. There you go. That's right. Well, Chris, it's a pleasure talking to you, and thanks for schooling us on interior parts and supplies there from Distinctive Industries.
Exciting. Yeah.
We appreciate it. We don't get to talk to you guys very much,
And we get questions all the time. Where's a good interior?
Yeah,
all the time.
And so
guys,
you're looking. We appreciate it.
I want to thank you for letting me come on your show. It's been a treat.
Well, very good, and we hope to talk to you again soon. And turn us on to any of your suppliers and helpers out there,
or a '69 Camaro,
or a '69 Camaro. That'd be a good start place too.
That's not a problem. I can probably do that for you.
I know, and that would be my problem then. Chris, take care. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Yeah, very cool.
Hey, the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. We also video stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. And podcasts are from your favorite podcast provider. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. Want to feel good about something special you did for someone special? In Wheel Time and the original Lupi Tortilla group of Tex-Mex restaurants have joined together to help a very worthy cause, God's Garage, a Christian-based 501c3 charity. We know there are lots of places and organizations out there where you can donate a car, truck, or SUV, but we're asking you, our car enthusiast family, to consider donating to God's Garage. Visit godsgarage.org and learn about its mission, the women that have been helped, how each one is screened, and about their Restore You program. A car donation is an easy way to make a difference in the lives of others. God's Garage needs good operating vehicles, but will take all types in working and non-working condition. Make your heart and soul feel good by donating your gently used vehicle and help support single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military at godsgarage.org. You're on the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Thanks for riding with us today. Again, I want to tell you about our new hours. They are 10 to noon, live every Saturday. And it's a 2-hour show now instead of 3.
2.
So you don't get bored.
2
mints in one.
There you go.
That's certs. Do
Is
they
it?
still make certs?
I don't know. They make inserts.
I know that.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know about
time now for the racing calendar.
Yeah,
and
racing
Jeff
calendar.
has that.
How about that? Well, NASCAR, all the boys that get trophies every week.
And somebody dropped out, I guess, this week. I don't remember who it was.
I don't
saw
have
some
that
news
information,
about
but they
that.
are off. They're off until August 11th. So there you go, NASCAR. NHRA, they've got one going today. It's the NHRA PSM All-Star Call-Out in Sonoma. That's on
It's Pro Stock Motorcycle.
Right, Pro Stock motor. Yes, but it's the Pro Stock Motorcycle. Don't confuse me. That's today at 6 p.m. And then tomorrow, NHRA Denso Sonoma Nationals. That's on Fox tomorrow. Formula One, get this, the Rolex Belgian Grand Prix. And Mike, do you know what? The trophy is a giant waffle. So they're going to be in Belgium this week. Indy and IMSA are off.
Is that with whipped cream on top? And maybe a strawberry?
Chocolate chip, maybe.
Yeah, and some syrup.
Yeah,
Yeah, whipped cream and strawberries.
Sticky syrup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all going to. We're all
corn
going to.
syrup. We need some maple syrup, real maple syrup.
Well, we got to go to
Vermont.
Yes, Vermont. Anyways, that's Indy and IMSA are off this week.
Mr. Mars has this week in auto history. We got to get Jeff to get caught up here. Oh, he already is.
Yeah, he's ready. He's
Okay,
ready to
baby.
rock
All
and roll.
Go ahead.
So July the 21st, back in 1904, Louis Regali, I'm not sure how to say that. Everything comes out in Italian instead of a Frenchman. He became the first man to drive a car over 100 miles per hour. He set a record of 103.561 mile per hour on a beach in Belgium.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Now,
there you
this
go.
record stood as a target for other race car drivers trying to break it for a full 3 months. Now, in July 24th, 1978, production of the first front-wheel drive American car, the Dodge Omni and the Plymouth Horizon, began. Now, this is a subcompact economy car. Chrysler built this from 1978 to 1990. 2,500,000 were built. And it really started a shift towards the small car market back in its time whenever it was necessary.
Actually, the Corvair was the first one to do that, but I won't even go there. That was in 1960.
Okay.
Porsche.
So July the 25th,
Porsche.
1975, the last Citroen DS, which is often considered an innovative, influential car,
And the
regardless of what you
ugliest car I think
think
ever
of the
made the
stylus.
man.
It was a front mid-engine, front-wheel drive car.
God.
And it was made from 1955 to 1975, came as a fastback, a sedan, a wagon, a state, or a convertible. And it did introduce a lot of technological advancements like the hydropneumatic suspension, and it was known for its futuristic design, per se.
So
That
you
is
could take,
not futuristic.
You could take one wheel off and still drive on 3 wheels. So if you wanted to tub it out, which one would you tub?
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Well, since it's front-wheel drive, I guess that what you could really wind up doing is put a great big top fuel slick right there in the middle.
in the back.
Because remember, the back end of it is much more narrow than the front end.
Yeah, it wouldn't need near
You
as
just
big a
need
tub.
one.
And I'm
need
just
one.
saying one.
And just one trailing arm.
We were just so innovative.
All right, moving on to
okay,
1904, July the 27th. Horatio Nelson Jackson was an American physician, Army medical officer, and an automobile pioneer.
What would be his nickname if it was Horatio?
I have no idea.
George?
Everything I found was a full deal. He got into a discussion, and over a $50 bet, he and his driving partner, Sewell K. Crocker, became the first people to drive an automobile across the United States. Now, this is a road trip from San Francisco to New York City.
This is a road trip to hell.
No, man.
And he also went on up to Vermont, where he lived in a Winton automobile. Now, this was a 2-cylinder, 20-horsepower vehicle. Took 63 days.
And 100,000 flats on the long ride.
And there was I was reading down through it. They didn't make it 20 miles before they had the first flat tire.
You sure it wasn't electric?
No.
Okay,
no.
63
funny.
days.
63
Oh, yeah.
days.
Okay.
So that would be an interesting story to read into it, all the things that they did. And
You're not
and
done.
They took.
You're not done.
That is the
That's
4
it.
things from this week in automotive history.
You betcha.
Yes, sir.
That way, no, that's not near enough.
You want more?
wants more.
I want more. You got some more?
No. but I can get more.
We'll get more next week.
That'd be good. Yeah.
It's only a 2-hour show.
Yeah, because this was supposed to be a 4-minute segment, and it just didn't turn out that way.
Well, I figured it would turn in. There'd be some more discussion about.
Well, we tried to have some discussion, but you just breezed on through it and blew me off when I asked you what is short for Horatio.
George.
Yeah, George is.
It is not George.
George is listening though.
Yeah.
And George had a question.
What was the question? I'm afraid to ask.
What's short for Horatio?
No, if you were getting out of that hot seat Camaro, the Camaro with the hot seats in it with a little waffle pattern on it, does the waffle make your butt look bigger?
If you ate enough of them, I guess.
Well, I'm just saying, George. I asked, George. That's
Thank
all
you.
I can do for you. I'm not looking.
I got some news stories to tell you about. Toyota Motor North America has decided to replace the engines
What?
in more than 100,000 Toyota Tundra full-size pickups and Lexus LX SUVs from the 22 to 23 model years that run rough and could potentially lose power because machining debris was not cleared when they were produced. Are you kidding me?
That's just awful.
The automaker launched a recall campaign at the end of May on the 2 nameplates equipped with turbocharged V6 engines. In certain vehicles, the debris can lead to potential engine knocking, engine rough running, engine no start, and or loss of motive power. In other words, it just quits running.
Yeah, it just doesn't go.
A loss of motive power while driving at higher speeds can increase the risk of a crash, Toyota said in a statement. Japanese automaker said Toyota and Lexus dealers will replace the engine with a new one at no cost to customers and that customers would be notified this month about the fix. Wow. A spokesperson for Toyota Motor North America said customers would receive a loaner or a rental car during the repair, which is expected to take between 13 and 21 hours to complete. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Toyota has had a string of recalls in recent months involving some of its newest vehicles, including stop sales on the new Toyota Grand Highlander and Lexus TX 3-row crossovers over a side airbag deployment issue that also interrupted production, as well as an unannounced stop sale in April on the Toyota Prius. Got some issues that are going on there. Let's see. We noted a bumpy transformation taking place on what we'll call the front end of the auto industry. Electrification in various forms and chasing expensive autonomous driving technologies, yet the recent changes going on at the tail end of the market have been just as dramatic. They have nothing to do with emissions. A study by used vehicle online marketplace iSeeCars.com has found that the share of vehicles being sold that were at least a decade old has risen sharply since the pandemic, from 15.1% of the total used vehicle market in 2020 to 22.7% so far in 2024. Meanwhile, the average price of those aged vehicles went from $9,135 to as high as $12,549 vehicles in 2022 before retreating slightly to $12,194 on a car that's 10 years old.
Yep.
Friends, hang on to your old car. I'm telling you, I think you'd be making a smart move.
As long as you maintain it.
As long as you maintain it, change that oil.
An interesting note I would like to point out. We have a listener actually right at the moment in Hamburg, Germany.
Oh.
I just noticed
Well,
it came
hello.
up.
Jawohl.
Hello.
Hopefully it was one of the Porsche fans.
Porsche, yeah, could be.
Okay. Well, we'd love to hear from you. Shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. It works in Germany, too. Time now for a quick break. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, streaming and podcasting around the planet. Look for us from your favorite podcast provider. We'll be right back.
The original group of Lupe Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipe means when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the first Lupe Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here is the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupe Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupe Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupe Tortilla Katie's and other locations location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Loopy's. It's located on 99 the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Loopy Tortilla in College Station. Located just around the corner from Kyle Field, it's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Going to Louisiana? The Loopy Tortilla in Beaumont. It's on I-10, so you can't miss it. The original group of Loopy Tortilla restaurants has the best Tex-Mex anywhere, and you're invited anytime. Your car is a direct reflection of you, so don't be satisfied with color fade or a dingy, dull appearance. Get rid of those terrible automated car wash scratches. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your Save the Paint company. John Gray and his team of detailing experts can help your cars finish without a full repaint. Searching for the real experts in window tint or windshield protection? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Dash cams, radar detectors? Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Got a new car? Get that thing protected as soon as you take delivery. If you don't know which of the multitude of protection products to go with, John Gray will give you an honest opinion and won't sell you something you don't need or can't afford. John will help you understand the many options and pricing right on the spot. He's your guy to have your ride looking its best and protected too. See the state-of-the-art shop yourself. Free tours anytime. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to, located just south of the Southwest Freeway on the Sam Houston Parkway. Gulf Coast Auto Shield, full-service luxury car care today, and online at gcautoshield.com.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.